The government wants to get back on track, get back as business as quote unquote business as usual. Because of the situation, I would hold a little bit more cash. So let's just say if you're buying a duplex, triplex, for whatever plex you're getting into, even a single family home, you're gonna hold a little bit more cash, and then that fund will be a just in case fund. It's a blanket over overall businesses and overall like the world, that once they lift this blanket off, then bang, it's business as usual. What this means is that overall, is my market secure? The world economy, the world, all these businesses are closing down. Is this going to affect me?
What is up, YouTube? Matt McKeever here, and in today's video we catch up with Kasey Wong, and Kasey shares with us how he would approach adapting to our current real estate market. Is now the time if you're a brand new investor to get in, or should you be sitting on the sidelines? Well, Kasey's going to share with us his expert opinion and what he thinks you should do if you're brand new and thinking about getting into real estate. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you get value from this video, make sure you smash that like button as well. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Otherwise, let's dive into Kasey's advice.
So I know a lot of people are also looking at what's going on right now, Kasey, is potentially an opportunity. So I've got a lot of young viewers, and I'm sure that they'd be fascinated to know, if you were 19, if you were 25 years old right now, Kasey, would you immediately be jumping into the real estate market? Would you be taking a wait and see approach? Or what's your general thoughts? Is this a once in a lifetime opportunity for the young people?
Yeah. I see this as an opportunity. It's not something where, let's say in the financial crisis, where it might take a little bit longer. This is something that if they lift this isolation away and open up the businesses in relatively quick fashion, let's say 2 or 3 months, then it is an opportunity. Okay. That's how I see it, where it's not drawn out over a year or two. The government wants to get back on track, get back as business as quote unquote business as usual. So this is something that if you can do it, if you have the cash, right? Then it's great. Here's my son.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm teaching him as well. Is that okay? Now you can go. So I'm teaching him as well that businesses as well, opportunity does become available, and you have to be ready for it. For younger viewers, like 20, 25-year-olds, if they have if they have the cash, right? If they have either savings or somebody like an investor with them, it could be a family member, parents, things like that. If they have it, great, take advantage of that. Now, because of the situation, I would hold a little bit more cash. So let's just say if you're buying a duplex, triplex, for whatever plex you're getting into, even a single family home, you're gonna hold a little bit more cash, and then that fund will be a just in case fund. Okay, so you're gonna hold that. It could be probably 6 months worth of mortgage payments. Okay, plus all your deferred maintenance, all your capital expenditures, your capex or capital expenses. So you have all that upfront, just in case, right? That's if you get a good deal. If it's a regular deal that you can get anywhere else, right, you can bypass that. But if it's a good deal that you can say, hey, you know what, it's 20 or 30% below market because of the situation, take advantage of that now, because you have that cash. So if that actually brings you down from a triplex to duplex because you have to hold more cash, then do it. Okay, don't necessarily try to get the highest number of units. Get in this market now and hold it. I don't see this as a long-term like a recession in a way. It is a blip, a little blimp in this real estate cycle. And because it doesn't affect the supply and demand, right? That hasn't changed, right? It's not all of a sudden I'm in the London market, in the Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge market, and bang, there's like 10,000 units that just came on the market that really affected me, right? No, it didn't really affect. It just closed all the businesses, right? All the restaurants, all these businesses closed down. But once they open, the business of supply and demand is still there. You're still gonna get your tenants in. You're still gonna have your supplies. Your supply is still there. Our Ontario, Southern Ontario market is very, very tight. There's not enough supply. So I don't see it as a fundamental business problem per se, but it's a blanket over overall businesses and overall like the world, that once they lift this blanket off, then bang, it's business as usual.
Cashflow Tribe. Hey YouTube, have you checked out Cashflow Tribe yet? It doesn't matter whether you're an experienced, seasoned investor or brand new to the game. I can probably predict if you're currently not having the level of success you want as a real estate investor, it's due to one thing. That one thing is you're not making enough offers, plain and simple. You need to be making more offers as a real estate investor if you want to hit those big, audacious goals that you're setting for yourself. So here's the deal. Cashflow Tribe, that's the community that myself and Ben were making together. And so Ben's actually so busy trying to provide value to you guys that he had to take off there. But here's the deal. Cashflow Tribe is really a one-of-a-kind community focused on results. That's the difference between us and everyone else. We want to get you guys those results. I'm tired of seeing people commenting on my YouTube channel for 2-3 years now, but they're not making offers. What's holding you back? I'm going to guess that it's either a lack of confidence or a lack of competence. And we cover both of those things in Cashflow Tribe. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you guys a 14-day free trial offer. You can join Cashflow Tribe completely free, get it tested out. If you like it, great, stay and pay. If you don't, well, I hope you at least find one great idea that you can take away and use to start making more offers, gain more deals, and finally start making the money related to real estate investing that's probably why you're watching my YouTube channel. So let's do this, guys. Let's make 2020 your year. Cashflow Tribe.
Supply and demand is still there. You're still going to get your tenants in. You're still going to have your supplies. Your supply is still there. Our Ontario, Southern Ontario market is very, very tight. There's not enough supply. So I don't see it as a fundamental business problem per se, but it's a blanket over overall businesses and overall like the world, that once they lift this blanket off, then bang, it's business as usual, right? Well, it's a faster fix, right? So I don't see this as it's a long recession, but that's something we can talk about later, because I do see you have to take a look at what's happening with the real estate. Is this going to be a recession? So we have to look at it in individual markets, right? We can't look at it as a broad stroke that everywhere it's going to happen. But in our market, no. This is an opportunity to go back to your question for these listeners, for these viewers, from the younger viewers from 20 to 25. If you have the money there, the finances, the investment there, whatever that amount is, 100, 200,000, look for something within that price range that you can purchase, right? If that's your deposit, then you're looking for, my figures like 20, 35%, things like that. You have to hold a little bit more now. So you have to get maybe like 40, 45% cash that you have to have down just in case, right? Then when this whole pandemic is done and over with, then the market is back to normal. Then you can deploy that other cash somewhere else, right? But in the meantime, yeah, if you can take advantage, yeah, definitely take advantage of it.
So you kind of mentioned it there, Kasey, but I'm sure the viewers would love to hear what sources of information are you paying attention to? Whether it be specific to, say, your markets, like if you're looking to invest in Whitby or Kitchener, or just general macroeconomic factors, like where do you get your sources of information? Where do you turn to when you're looking to just stay up to date on what's going on in the world?
It's almost everywhere. I do watch the news quite a bit. So you're looking at how things will affect your local market. So let's just say I'm looking at the world in general. Let's say if you have in the London market, a company left, right? Or there's a huge glut in that market where it's not viable anymore, right? Then that's going to affect your market. But you have to take a look at a top-down approach where you're looking at overall, like right now, we're only looking at deals that make sense where it's a land deal. Because of the situation, we're being very, very cautious, okay, of how we deploy our money. And even we're raising money for our Vaughan deal. So a top-down approach would be, hey, like what's happening? The world market, oil has gone has tanked.
Mhm.
A lot of these industries are shut down. That goes from even funneling it down to tenant, because like the tenant applications,
Yeah.
prospective tenants, right? So it's a big question. What you're asking is that you have to take a look at everywhere. Okay, as a business owner, you can't just look at your only local market, but you're looking at how it affects everything dynamically, right? So what this means is that overall, is my market secure, right?
Mhm.
The world economy, all these businesses are closing down. Is this going to affect me? So let's just do a quick little uh, a rundown of what's happening. So the world, major epidemic right now. Businesses are closing down. I'm gonna have to be holding that. What I'm gonna do is hold a little bit more cash. Take a look at the opportunity.
Mhm.
That's not a big approach right now. Okay, so try to hold a little bit more cash. Following it down to, let's say, the London market. What's happening with the London market? Okay, has it changed from before COVID, or right now? Has it really affected it? What business has shut down and moved away? Right. So let's just say London has a lot of hospitals. I think there's like 5 hospitals there, right? Am I getting a lot of people moving in, prospective tenants? Because I'm getting some calls right now for showings, and what's happening there, right? So going down, and then now you're reaching your local market of, let's say, single family homes, duplex, triplexes, right? Do I see any kind of opportunities there, right? So if you see something there, let's say a lot of the single family homes are selling, can I duplex it, right? Can I do it on my own, duplex it, things like that? I'm getting it at a 30% below market, whatever, right? But yeah, you have to take a look at everything. It's very dynamic in a way that you can't just look at your sole, like your single market. Like, let's say if you're looking at a very small town and it's being affected, right? Don't go into those small markets. Okay. If your market is, let's say, a London, a Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge, and things like, and stronger, that's something that to delve deeper into. Okay, because those are the markets that won't drop that much. Okay, they shouldn't. Your secondary,
Mhm.
those are very strong markets. Your GTA is a very strong market. I just can't afford it, right? It doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
But in Ontario, there's definitely opportunity. I'm not sure in different parts of the world. Like, let's say you're in the US, right, and you're investing in Section 8, right, in a D-class neighborhood, and everybody's moving and things like that, and just being affected. Be very cautious. All right, that's something that for your viewers to listen is like, hey, like, step back a little bit. Maybe that's not the place that I should be investing in, right? Because jobs aren't going to be there, and people moving out. But if you're in a strong market,
Mhm.
right, that should weather the storm nicely, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, this is a little bit tangential, but it just came to mind when you were talking about, you kind of mentioned tenants. I'm sure people would love to hear, are you approaching your tenant selection differently? Or how are you interacting with your tenants differently right now if you're looking at filling a vacancy?
Yeah. What I'm asking right now is that I'm actually going through some application process right now. Is that I'm asking, because some of them got let go. I'm asking for a letter from their current employer, like, or their current employer that was hired them before this COVID situation. Is that I want to see a letter stating that you're going to be rehired back. Um, I, this was actually, I believe he worked at Toyota. So he's applying. I said, okay, well, he's been let go, and he has government assistance from this whole pandemic thing. So I'm asking for that work reference, 2 recent pay stubs, and I'm calling the employer, saying, like, sometimes you're not able to, but you're getting all this information, right? So letter of employment before this COVID, during the COVID, saying that they're being let go temporarily, and then being rehired. And it actually states it on the letter. So that's
Mm.
two letters from the employer, 2 pay stubs, and then all the identification, like driver's license, social insurance number, things like that. I know I'm not supposed to get the social insurance number, but I still ask, and sometimes people give. What else? All of that information, emergency contact, landlord references, things like that. So you're going to be calling the references, and you're going to be asking why, to be honest with you, why are you moving in this situation, right? It's odd, right? Sometimes I'm actually going through a lease right now, and it's a divorce. So that's a situation right now where I'm getting all this information, calling the employer, getting co-signers as well. So if somebody is working, let's say somebody is not working because of this situation, I can say, hey, are you able to get a co-signer? In some situations, they can get a co-signer. Okay. So you work with what you have, and you ask for as much information as you can. Okay. So you have to sort of work with the times here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks again to Kasey for taking the time to just share his experience and wisdom with us. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel, and until next time, remember, making money is a team sport. There's more than enough money in this world for us to all make it, but if you're not saving it, I mean, like, what's the point? Thanks, guys.